Hey, it's James Lynch. So Belal Muhammad was at his UFC Qatar media day. Of course, he's going to be taking on Ian Gary tomorrow, or Saturday, I should say, on the event. And shout out to Benny P for finding this really weird analogy Belal Muhammad makes on media day. Benny's a great follow, by the way. Go give him one right there. Bendaman 2001. Here's what Belal Muhammad said in regards to his training sessions, leading up to this fight. Very weird thing here from Belal Muhammad. And then I'll give my thoughts on this after.
I'll be 28, and I think he's one of the best strikers in the UFC. Like I said, I got a 17-year-old now, Nacho's younger brother, who's a monster, right? It feels like the Epstein files without the sex, right? I'm getting their powers through sparring and training, so it feels good. And I love training every day with these guys. I'm learning. I'll be 28, and I think he's one of the
anyways, yikes. Like, I don't know what Belal was thinking. Like, first off, you shouldn't joke about anything Jeffrey Epstein related. There's sex trafficking. There's all those different things. I mean, it's out in the news. You guys can do your own research about that whole thing. Why can't, I didn't even hear the guy's name. Here's the unfortunate part. Like, this whole thing is now, being, blown up, and we don't even know who Belal was talking about. I'll actually have to go and look it up after this. But listen, you want to give props to a training partner who's younger, that's fine. Probably not a good idea to mention anything with Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know what Belal was thinking. I think fighters just got to make things simpler for themselves. Like, how hard would it be? And I understand, if you make some sort of generic comment, it's not going to catch fire. But why doesn't Belal say something to the extent of like, hey, like, I trained with this really young fighter. He's going to be the reason I beat Ian Gary. And maybe that's a quote or something. But like, what do you think in comparing this? And this is the thing, like, I think a lot of people feel like Belal Muhammad is unfairly criticized. And I would agree with that. I think Belal Muhammad, for whatever reason, rubs people the wrong way. There could be a variety of reasons for that. I think some of the things he says on Twitter kind of, doesn't help people. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of his fights do go to a decision. He's got 18 decision wins, only 6 finishes. That's another reason why people criticize him. But this sucks because here's the thing, like, Belal is a very good dude. I've interviewed Belal a number of times, always been nice, always been cool, very humble. I think some of the Twitter trash talk stuff, I don't think it really relates with a lot of people. I don't think he does a good job with it. But this is going to be something that unfortunately will stick with them. And this reminds me a bit of the whole analogy that Neil Magny had a number of years ago when he was talking about beating up Ian Gary, and then he made a bad analogy about disciplining his kids. I don't need to go into it. There's, obviously articles on this as well that have talked about that whole thing. We don't need to get into that. But just a bummer here because, like I said, I think Belal's a good dude, and I think there are times when fans unfairly go after him, and I don't think this is really going to help. It would be good if Belal came out and said, hey man, my bad, shouldn't do that, because it's a sensitive topic, right? The whole Epstein thing, the files that getting released. I mean, there's, victims of sexual assault through this whole thing. I don't need to go into the details here. That's not really my job, but tough look there for Belal Muhammad. You can see some of the replies here from people. Nobody understands what he was going with here. There's a lot of gifs, and what was the question for him to prompted in that as well. This is insane. Take the mic away. And to make matters worse, Ariel Hawani chimed in with the what? And now people are going to say that Ariel's picking on Belal because obviously they have a long-standing sort of feud here. But I think Ariel's right to talk about this being extremely weird. I don't know why he would bring that out as well. We even have some... I knew this was going to happen. People are going to say, Ariel's been waiting for this moment, something to get back. Like, I don't think Ariel hates Belal. I just think they should just do an interview together. It's unfortunate. I know there's a lot of other things at play there, but that's really unfortunate there. So, yeah, it's not good. And I don't know the guy's name. Like, I'm not even seeing in the replies here who he's talking about. He trains at a great camp over there at VFS in Chicago. So I wonder if Belal's going to address this. I mean, I don't think he's going to get in trouble or anything. People are now supporting Ian Gary, which I don't think you'd see too much. So, this is like a Tito Ortiz type thing. And people make fun of Tito. I mean, Tito, it's clearly CTE that he says a lot of the things he says, which are not very good. But, fans not too happy about this. I'm not seeing really anyone defend him. And, Belal does have a lot of fans, obviously, for him. Some of the political things he speaks on and all that. So you'd figure you'd get some people to support him. People are having a field day with this. And the quote tweets aren't much better, right? So, I love your stance on Palestine. That's what I was getting to. I mean, obviously, he's been outspoken on Palestine, and he's been a good role model for that. But this stuff, it's not gonna win you over. So I wonder if he's gonna come out and say anything on this, being like, my bad, I made a bad analogy. Like, I don't know if he was trying to be, I guess he was trying to be funny a little bit, but that's not something you joke about, right? Like, am I wrong here? I just think this was something I didn't even want to talk about in my live stream, but I have so many people messaging me about this thing, and it's like, okay, well, maybe we got to do a video on it. So, and now that Ariel's retweeted this, I mean, Ariel's got, say what you want, if you like Ariel or not, it doesn't matter. Ariel's got how many followers on his account? He's got, let me just look up here. here real quick. He's got 1.4 million followers that have now seen this clip, most likely. Well, 137,000 views on the actual clip. What did Benny's clip get on itself here? 20,000, so not nearly as much, even on Benny's original post. Someone saying Belal's low-key funny. I mean, there's nothing funny about that. That's like the one comment you could find. He's just not funny, tries to be, which makes it worse. And I think that's why Belal has sort of lost people here, is that, you know, there's times when I think he's trying to be clever or have trash talk and it just doesn't translate. He's had some good lines too. I think some of the stuff he said about Colby has been on, you know, has been on point about Colby, you know, not having good wins and all that. Like there's some stuff with Belal that goes really well. But yeah, it's not even that the joke was bad. I mean, it was a bad joke. It's just like, that's not something you joke about. Underage, you know, all that stuff, right? So that's not good. So we'll see if Belal, again, comes out and says anything. Big fight here. I mean, if he wins this fight, I mean, there's some talk about, will he fight Islam? Will he not? If he wins this, he's an underdog right now in this fight. He's not supposed to win. See if that changes. But yeah, Gary, just a slight favorite here. I think it's a close fight. I don't think it should be 75-25. I think there's a world where Belal Muhammad wins this. I've said this in my preview show on Monday. I think this fight's going to be fairly competitive. Belal Muhammad's not a slouch. He didn't look good in the last fight, but destroyed Leon Edwards the fight before that. Ian Gary's got some good wins too. Ian's going to have a decent height and reach advantage in this fight, but I don't know. But yeah, this is going to suck because like no matter what. And now here's the thing. What if Belal loses, which he's sort of thought to, this is going to be attached to him. If he wins, maybe people forget about it. I don't know. Probably not. It's the internet. These things sort of last forever. But yeah, I know this sounds weird, but I feel bad for Belal because I think like he's trying to win people over, but he's just doing it in the wrong manner. Like, you know, I had someone today mention like, should his manager be tweeting for him? And I'm like, no, he shouldn't. But I think if you just don't say anything at all. And I know then people will say, oh, you're not marketing yourself or whatever. But yeah, just don't know where he was coming from this. Like maybe write it down. Maybe put like bullet points down. Like it just seems to me like he kind of did this on the fly. Because I think if you actually wrote this out or at least ran this material by someone else. Because here's the thing, like when you're out here in the media like this stuff catches on. People clip it. People see it. I mean, this is where people are going to actually, you know what, let's go to the Mac Life interview and see how many people are even commenting on this on the YouTube side of things, right? Actually, we'll just go to the Mac Life channel here. There's not a lot of media in Qatar, by the way, for this event, because obviously it's so far away in the Middle East. At least not a lot of North American media is kind of what I'm getting at. Where's the Belal Muhammad? See, this is good. I slap Kamaru Usman like Rick James. That's perfect. But now let's see if people have caught on to the actual... Oh yeah, so I guess people are talking about the audio. I noticed that too. I don't know what happened. Maybe Oscar didn't have his mic plugged in. People are talking about the audio. So the good news for, so someone here has got this and there's only 66 replies. I mean, this channel is fairly big here, right? 1.65 million subscribers. So it seems like a lot of people, okay, some people are catching on here. I mean, Belal kind of got lucky that the audio was bad in this one. I think more people would have noticed the Epstein thing in here. I love the sound of industrial air and conditioning unit. Yeah, poor Oscar didn't play. Let me tell you guys, that's one of those things like I double, triple check that. It's happened to me where I didn't have my mic plugged in. Basically what you're hearing is just like the noise from the camera as opposed to the noise from the actual microphone. So it also could be the UFC's fault. That's happened to us too, where like you plug it into the UFC sound box and like it doesn't work even though you've tested it, and sometimes it doesn't work. So yeah, that sucks for Oscar. But anyways, yeah, Belal Muhammad, wonder if he's going to say anything about this, but I just feel bad for him. He's trying to be clever, but you shouldn't be clever about that type of issue. That's just my opinion. So your thoughts on hearing this, seeing this, what's your reaction to this? Let me know. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.